Hello and welcome to the U-Parts Group Windshield Wiper Transmission Linkage installation video. The windshield wiper linkage transmits the motion of the proper motor to the wiper arm and blade. Over time, the wiper linkage can become bent and worn. This is especially true if the wipers are used in a region where heavy snow and ice accumulate during the winter. A bent or broken windshield wiper linkage can cause the wipers to move out of sequence or prevent your wipers from working altogether. Obviously, this is a safety issue, so don't let your wiper linkage go unrepaired. This job has been considered an easy difficulty level of installation by our technicians. The suggested time for this job is about 30 minutes to 45 minutes as per our technicians. Here's a list of materials and tools needed for this operation. Plier's wrench and/or wrench. Flathead screwdriver, clip removal tool, trim tool and/or pry bar, ratchet, extension and sockets of the appropriate size, battery power wrench, wiper arm puller if needed, protective gloves, safety glasses. Today we are going to replace the windshield wiper linkage on a BMW X123 using U-Parts Group replacement part number WLX123. Here is some additional information on U-Parts Group. Part number: the U-Parts Group part number is WLX123. This application will fit all BMW X1 from 2023 to 2025. The BMW OEM part number is 61-61-5-A36-E69. And the Hollander part number 621.BM1123. How to change the wiper linkage on a BMW X1 2023 using U-Parts Group replacement, part number WLX123. To replace the linkage, we would have to open the hood of the vehicle. Before we remove the wiper arms, it's recommended to mark the position of the two wiper arms, so we can reinstall them to the same position after replacing the wiper transmission linkage. We can use a yellow or white marker to mark the position of the two wiper blades. Next, we will remove the two nut covers of the wiper arm. One is on the driver's side wiper arm, and the other is on the passenger side wiper arm. We can use a pick tool or a small flat screwdriver to get underneath the nut cover and pry it up. Then we will set them aside. To remove the wiper arm nut, we will use a 16mm socket. To remove the wiper arm, we can use the wiggling motion up and down. This motion will release the wiper arm from the shaft of the wiper linkage. If you are having trouble removing the wiper arms, you can use a wiper arm puller. After removing the two wiper arms, we will set them aside. We will remove the weather strip that runs along the cowl panel on the edge of the cowl dash panel. Before removing the cowl panel, we will have to remove the two push pins that run along the cowl panel using a clips removal tool, also known as trim removal tool. Next, we will remove the top grille of the cowl panel. To remove it, we will lift it up and push it toward the front of the vehicle. To remove the cowl panel, we must grab the cowl panel, lift it up, and pull it toward the front of the vehicle. Next, we will remove the diagonal brace using a 16mm socket. Before removing the wiper linkage, we would have to remove the 3 bolts that mounted the wiper linkage to the cowl dash panel, as well as disconnecting the wiper motor plug. First, disconnect the wiper motor plug. There is a little tab on the connector. We would have to press on that tab to unlock and remove the wiper motor plug. Then we will remove the 3 bolts that retain the wiper linkage to the cowl dash panel using a 10mm socket. To remove the wiper linkage assembly from the cowl dash panel, lift it up and pull it toward the front of the vehicle. After removing the wiper linkage assembly, we will put it on a workbench. Before working with the broken linkage, it's recommended to compare the broken linkage assembly with the new replacement linkage assembly. We can compare the mounting points of the two wiper linkages, making sure that the two wiper linkages have similar mounting points. We can also measure the distance between the two shafts of the replacement wiper linkage with the broken wiper linkage. If the two distances are equivalent, then we are sure that we have the right replacement wiper linkage. We can then continue the operation. Before removing the wiper motor from the broken wiper linkage, we will mark the position of the crank arm, or we can take a picture of the crank arm position. We will need this starting position when reinstalling the new replacement wiper linkage. We will use a 13mm socket to remove the nut that retains the crank arm to the wiper motor shaft. And to remove the crank arm from the wiper motor shaft, we will use a pry bar to pry the crank arm out. Or we can gently tap the side of the crank arm to release the crank arm from the wiper motor shaft. Next, we will remove the 3 bolts that retain the wiper motor to the wiper linkage using a T30 Torx bit. After removing the 3 bolts, it will release the wiper motor from the wiper linkage. We will set the old broken wiper linkage aside and position the new replacement wiper linkage to the wiper motor. Next, we will then position the 3 bolts that will retain the wiper motor to the wiper linkage. Then, we will secure the 3 bolts using a T30 Torx bit. Next, we will position the crank arm to the wiper motor shaft. Please note that we must position the crank arm to the same position when we remove the old broken linkage. Then, we will install the nut on the wiper motor shaft that retains the crank arm to the wiper motor shaft. We will then secure the nut with a 13mm socket while locking the crank arm in position. After the installation of the replacement wiper linkage with the wiper motor, we will move the wiper linkage assembly back to the vehicle. We will align the 3 mounting points of the wiper linkage to the cowl dash panel. Then, we will install the 3 bolts on the mounting points and secure them with a 10mm socket. Next, we will plug in the wiper motor connector. Then, we will do a quick functional test before reinstalling the cowl panel and the 2 wiper arms. As we can see, everything is perfectly functional. This has shown that we successfully installed the replacement of the wiper transmission linkage. We can now stop the operation of the wiper linkage and go ahead with reinstalling the cowl panel and the 2 wiper arms. Then we will reinstall diagonal brace using a 16mm socket. We will remove the 2 nuts on the wiper linkage shafts using a 14mm socket. To reinstall the cowl panel, push the cowl panel between the hood and the windshield and bring it back to the front of the vehicle. We will make sure that all push pins under the cowl panel clip into the cowl dash panel, and the 2 wiper linkage shafts fit into the 2 holes on the cowl panel. We will reinstall the top grille of the cowl panel. To reinstall it, we will lift it up and position it on top of the cowl panel, and make sure that all clips are back in position. Then, we will reinstall the 2 push pins to secure the cowl panel to the cowl dash panel. We will reinstall the weather strip that runs along the cowl panel on the edge of the cowl dash panel. Next, we will reinstall the 2 wiper arms. We need to position the wiper arms to the marked position. Same position when we remove the 2 wiper arms at the beginning. Then, we will reinstall the 2 nuts that retain the 2 wiper arms in place. And we will secure the 2 nuts with a 14mm socket while locking the position of the wiper arms. Next, we will reinstall the 2 nuts cover cap on the 2 wiper arms. Then we will close the hood and make a final functional test, making sure that everything runs smoothly before completing the installation of the replacement wiper linkage. As we can see, everything is performing perfectly and fully operational. This has completed the installation of the replacement of the wiper linkage on the BMW X123 using U-Parts Group Replacement part number WLX123. This has completed our installation video. If you are not yet a U Parts Group YouTube channel member, please subscribe to receive news, products release, as well as new installations videos. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumb up. And if you find this video useful, please share it with your colleague, friends, and families. And for more information about U Parts Group products lines and more installations instructions videos, please visit our website at upartsgroup.com, and thank you for watching.